So, as I mentioned at the end of my all main quests in Zero Expresses video, I've yet to fulfill my destiny. There's still 12 entire expresses left in the Champions Ballad, which, yeah, it's DLC, but there's still main quests after all. So, even though I think it's highly unlikely this number will ever drop to 0, I do want it to be something better than, 12. So here's a showcase of all the remaining expresses that I just haven't been able to get past yet. I'll save the most heartbreaking one for last, so let's start with two really basic shrines. Here we have Noiraji. This can't be that bad, right? Alright, I have no clue how to get past this part in less than 2 presses. You can very rarely run up these torches to get a tiny bit more height, but it's nowhere near enough to just let us pull our paraglider mid-air. After that, we have to actually land to activate these 4 switches. And since we landed, we gotta pull paraglider yet again, so we can then use the momentum of these updrafts to make it to the monk in one glide. Then there's Shira Gomar, another wind shrine again. The first thing we're met by is fans, of course! With speed up we can run to the edge to pull the glider mid-air and get to the next section. We only need 1 press for this next fan as well, as long as we get on top of this bomb chute and run off. We can then glide almost all the way to the monk, if it wasn't for this part that forces us to land. I feel like this shrine has some potential though. Now, this isn't actually a shrine, it's one of the pilot wing sections. And not only do we have a pretty strict time limit, but also rough terrain and lots of lava. However, I don't have actual footage of this, and I only have 1 profile with Plateau 2 unlocked, and I don't want to waste it, so enjoy this. To get through the starting ring, we can either bomb boost through, or use an amiibo box we can drop onto. We then have to bomb boost across this gap and run up the hill to get to the next ring in time. Using a speed up potion, we can drop onto one of the rocks in the lava and make our way to the next ring. We then have to bomb boost ourselves onto the other hill. Then comes the actual gliding part, and yeah, there's not much you can do here but deploy your glider. Luckily, once you actually do pull it, you don't have to ever pump it. You have just enough time to get through this ring by just descending, and then you can just keep gliding to the finish. There's one thing that might work here, but I don't even want to try. I do not have the energy or willpower to get a minecart up here. And now for the heavy hitter. This try just breaks my heart. Rota Shiga, fuck this place. Thing is, I know you can save expresses here, just bomb boost. Problem is, we can't bomb boost while carrying the 1-hit obliterator. I've spent so much time trying to get this grate out to the second room so I can make it into a ramp, but there's an invisible ceiling blocking it, and I just haven't been able to get it out of here. Then there's that fun giant gap in the floor. Again, if I could get that grate out and I could carry it with me and stasis surf it to the end. I'm so mad! This Indiana Jones section is annoying too. It's such a short distance to climb up, but I just gotta press X. Again, if I had a chest or grate I could run up, that could help, but unless I find a way to get it from the first room... I thought about even bypassing all of these rooms by clipping out of the first room, but of course the wall is made up of blocks, so I can't even clip out of the room without voiding out. And even then I don't know if there could be a place to stand in the last room where I could clip back in. And even then, that would still be at least 3 X pluses, because I'd have to set skew and then shield clip 2 different times. This shrine is just a big dead end, which really sucks. Oh, and as I was adding this, by the way, I was adding the text and I just realized that it's 11 expresses, not 12. Hallelujah, folks, we shaved an express.